Where did that moment come from? We were literally in thin air and he got the ball.
I think the amazing thing about most of what I did in the game, so the diving into the stumps to run out Inzamam ul Haq, which, I mean, let's face it, throughout Inzi's career, it's probably the most dominant way that he ever got out, right? I mean, we had team talks about Inzamam. Okay, how are we going to bowl to this guy? How are we going to get Inzamam? Okay, Jonty, just you sort that out because he'll give you an opportunity. But then in '92, we didn't realize how bad he was. I mean, it was the start of his career, and he evolved into an even worse runner between the wickets. And maybe I emotionally scarred him in that World Cup in 1992. But it was crazy because, you know, all the diving around, the catches, nothing was ever exactly as you planned. I mean, I'd never dived into the stumps before, never once, and I never did it again. But the crazy thing is that the preparation, the sports that I played football, I played hockey, I played tennis, and I played cricket as well growing up. I was an athlete because my father was an athlete, so long jump, definitely not high jump at my lack of height, but hurdles, anything with power and explosive power. So all these sports and all the practice, I used to love fielding. So the diving around, the preparation that I did wasn't exactly what you saw, but it was the intensity that I had practiced and the willingness to throw myself around, that when the opportunities came in the different guises that they came in, I was able to seize those opportunities. I wasn't hesitating. You know, I backed my instinct. And that's often really important because if you take a second to analyze or over-analyze a scenario, that's all the other player needed for them to be successful or for you to make a mistake. So even though the images of me flying or maybe what sort of prevailed in the 90s for young people in those magazines, the sports star magazines, I think the success of that stemmed from the work that nobody saw. Nobody saw me in practice because, you know, it wasn't a thing. But my fielding was never about just come hit me 5 catches. We didn't have a fielding coach. So I became the #1 fielder in the world without a fielding coach. Never worked on by anybody. Probably the most important factor was that there was no #2